Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Today I'm going to be sharing a process video on a scrapbook layout that I completed. And I'm showing you the products that I'm going to be using in this layout. I'm using the Pink Paisley Fancy Free, and it was designed by Paige Evans. This is the first that I'm getting to play with these papers. That's all I have from the collection is just some of the papers. So I'm using these Nuvo crystal drops, and I'm using the colors, hold on one second, Caribbean Ocean, which was like the turquoise, and then the Carnation Pink. I already made little enamel dots with these, and actually I'm not going to use them in the video, but I did end up adding some at the very end, just in one little spot. So I'm taking this paper and I'm going to cut it right down the center. And then I'm going to use this ombre paper, which is so pretty. And I'm just going to cut a small strip off of it. I am using a sketch from, hold on one second, I found it on Pinterest. And it's from Sketches in Time. And it is sketch number 212. So I did have a little trouble with my ATG. I just changed it, and if any of you guys have an ATG, sometimes the tape, I know how to change it. I know that I had it on there right, but the tape was messed up, and I could only use it one way. So anyways, I cut out and fix it and come back. And here I am. So I am going to mat the photo just on a little bit of black cardstock. It's just going to be the tiniest edge around the picture. I think that it just makes it pop off the page a little bit. It doesn't get lost in the paper in the background. So this collection does have a little bit of black in it, so I figured that it would be okay to use the black. So I'm going to put this on half of the paper, and as you can see, there's a little bit of white edge at the top, and I'm using just American Crafts white cardstock. So at the very end of this, I'm going to have to trim that little bit of white off of the edge. And then I'm going to layer that ombre paper in the center, overlapping the white and the I guess maybe like brush strokes is what that is, the painted brush strokes. And then I'm taking this doily, which is like a turquoise color. It looks more blue in the picture, but it's more of a turquoise. And I'm going to take that and just layer it behind the center paper. And again, I'm using a sketch from Sketches in Time. And I went pretty much, I really followed it pretty good because I haven't scrapbooked in quite a while. So right now I have a little drawer on my desk with just lots of bits and pieces, lots of die cuts, some of my homemade embellishments, some cut aparts that I've cut out like of sheets and stuff. And I just keep them in here and I just add to them as I go. And so right now I'm just pulling out a couple pieces from that because I don't have any die cuts or ephemera from the Fancy Free collection, so I'm just gonna have to use what I have. So I am gonna use this little piece. It was attached to a piece of paper and I just cut it off. It says Together. And then this little like tag, I guess, or label maybe, it's vellum with pink edging around it, and I'm going to use that. And then here I am looking at the cut apart sheet from the Fancy Free collection, and they were just all a little bit too big, so I was not really wanting to use any of those. But I am going to, here in just a second, pull out this piece of paper, and I see the one with the pretty flowers, the pretty floral on it. And so I'm going to cut that little square out, and then I'm going to fussy cut some of the tiny flowers out. And I am going to go off camera for this and do that, and then magically they're going to be cut. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you my tiny little scissors that I used do that. There is so little. So there it is, all cut apart perfectly. And I'm going to layer that on top of the little vellum label and then put it together over top of that. And then in the end, you guys are not going to see this because I did it after I filmed. I am going to use the Nuvo crystal drops, and I'm going to put 2 of those on top of the vellum beside the floral that I just cut out. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing everything down. I like the way everything looks, and I want to go ahead and start doing that. So, mistake here that I made. This center paper that I put overlapping the white and the other paper, I put it down before I put my doilies down. Big mistake. Yeah, I made it work and I fixed it, but I just wasn't really paying attention. So I had to like peel it up. I didn't have any problem with this side, but the other side is the one I had the problem with because I had the ATG tape right to the edge of the paper. So I had to like peel it up, and I don't know. I struggled there for a second. I actually wanted it to go in further, but it was too late. I was already committed. I committed it before I realized that I shouldn't have committed it. So I'm going to use my fine line bottle, and it's got Scotch quick dry adhesive in it, and I'm going to use that to put the doilies down. I really try not to use the ATG on the doilies because it rips them really easily, so I like to use the wet glue, and the fine line bottle works perfect to get into those little tiny edges. So that is that. And next I'm going to go ahead and glue down those little layers that I made down at the bottom right hand side, and I'm going to use the same glue with that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the flowers down, and then since the label is vellum, I'm just going to put glue behind the flowers. Again, I'm not going to put glue all over because you would be able to see through the vellum and you would see the glue, and I really don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down, and I'm going to have it hanging off the edge, and I'm going to cut the little edge off there. And then I'm going to put some glue on that little together and stick that over top of the floral, kind of right in the center. I apologize for my nail polish. It looks horrible. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue the picture down. And this layout came together super fast. Again, I've said this so many times. I like to use sketches a lot, but I really like to use them when I just don't have that much time to sit down and be super, super creative, because it just helps, it just helps me out. And especially if you haven't crafted or scrapped in a while like me, and you're just not really, don't know where to go with it. So I would definitely say inspiration from YouTube helps me a lot. I watch YouTube videos while I scrapbook, and also Pinterest and Instagram. They are both great platforms to get inspiration from. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram if you're not, and it's Heather's Crafty Life, the same as here. And also I have started a new channel that I've kind of mentioned on this channel that I was going to start it. And I started it last week, and it's got recipes, vlogs, menu planning, grocery hauls, all kinds of stuff like that. And it is Heather's Little Happy Life. That's the name of it. So I will try to leave a link below to that, and I would really appreciate it if you guys like to watch those kind of videos, to head over to my new channel and check it out and subscribe. And that would be amazing. So I did use one of my own homemade embellishments there, and it's just 2 little circles with a little heart, and it says hello. And this is a trick that I love using, and I don't use it enough. Okay, there's my big head. I'm sorry. So I just put the very edge of the thickers, and I only do it with the foam thickers. I put the very edge of them on the ruler, and so they're lined up perfectly, and then you just put them down on the page, and there they go. So I really like to use that trick or tip or technique whenever I think about it. Sometimes I forget, and then my titles aren't straight, but this really helps a lot. So the title of the page is going to be Driving with Daddy, and for some reason I thought that I had enough for Daddy, but I didn't have enough D's, so I have to end up using some smaller letters for the Daddy, which is fine. This is a pretty big title for me. I usually don't do really big titles like this, and I don't do them sideways like this almost ever, and I really like the way it looks. It's different. So I am going to pull out right here in just a second. I realize that I don't have enough D's for Daddy, so I'm going to pull out the Webster Pages little tiny letters. I love these little tiny letters. They're called little letter stickers, and they are from the Beautiful Chic collection, which is a really old collection. I've had these little stickers for like over a year, I want to say. I got them when the collection came out, so definitely worth the money. Like these little stickers, I love little tiny word stickers or tiny letters. They're good for subtitles, they're good for regular titles, and there's a ton on these things. So I'm going to use the little smiley face too. It had a little smiley face sticker. So that's the title, Driving with Daddy. And I'm going to cut the edge of this off because it's hanging over. And what else am I going to do? I'm going to pull out some of my mists and going to do splatters. So the first one up is Heidi Swapp's Color Shine in Teal. And these colors go perfectly with this collection. They match beautifully. So that's the first one up. And I'm doing a ton of splatters. Now, again, I messed up because in the sketch, the splatters were kind of coming out from behind the doily, and I glued the doily down first. I should have done the splatters first, but I always do them last. So I should have done that first, but it still looks good. This color that I'm using is also from Heidi Swapp, and it's Color Shine in Pink. And the last one is the Deco Art Media Mister in Carbon Black. I wanted to bring in some more of that black, just because it's only in a couple places, and I just wanted to kind of bring it in. So there are tons of splatters on this. And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be pictures at the very end. Give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video, and don't forget to head over to my other channel and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.